Okay, hello everyone. It's Peikko once again. Who am I kidding? Nobody's watching this. It's just me talking to myself like usual. Well, there's always Tapio, my long-term, long-lasting imaginary friend. Thank goodness he's here. He's always watching. Well, just on the off chance that anybody from our clan is watching, this video is about hogs and how hog raids are, in my opinion, underappreciated, undervalued, and not used at all to their full potential in our clan. The thing is that we have excellent skill and experience and quantity in Go Wipe and Go Wee, especially Go Wipe, I think. And most, as you know, bases, it's not rare for bases to have some kind of weakness. So we can say that the base is exploitable by some army. And lots of bases, fortunately for us, are exploitable by Go Wipe. It's something that I don't really understand why so many bases are structured so that the golems can just, walk through and not get stuck on walls and just, tear everything apart. Well, not the golems, but the rest of the stuff. But anyway, those bases always get hit fast and hard, and it's not at all unusual for them to be hit for 3 stars on the first try. However, other exploits we don't use at all. Not really. That's the truth of it. It's very usual for us to leave stars on the map on exploitable bases, and especially hog bases. It doesn't happen in every war. Unfortunately, usually the really good opponents we face are really careful in their bases concerning hogs. They're difficult to hog. But it's not at all unusual for even against really good opponents to find a base or two, or even several, that are vulnerable to hogs. And they often are just left with 2 stars on them. And that's a real shame. It's most of the bases maybe don't have any huge weaknesses to any army, and then I think it makes perfect sense for it to be attacked by a Go Wipe or Go Wee, because that's a fairly sure way to get at least those 2 stars on it. And if you hammer on it enough times, maybe we'll end up getting 3 stars. And of course, they might have some weakness to really sophisticated attacks, like really high-level hogging, or maybe a really difficult holo base, or whatever. But those attacks demand so much skill that we can't expect our players to reach that level necessarily. I know that I won't probably reach that high of level of gameplay ever, but we don't have almost any even moderately high level hoggers in our clan, and that's the sad truth of it. We have lots of players who have experience in hogs, yes, prior to the update, which changed how hogs work. And maybe some players tried to use them for a while after that, but abandoned them because they noticed that general strategy, it's too hard to get. There's not enough basis for it. But my opinion is that even our advanced players can't be expected to be in shape for high-level hogging, even if they have lots of prior experience with them. I think that hogging is really difficult. That's why they fail so spectacularly so often, and actually the reason, that's maybe one of the reasons that none of us that the hogs are used so seldom in our clan, because when they do fail, it's often a complete defense. We don't even get 50% on that base with that attack. But that's really and due to that, people kind of think that why use hogs? That was a stupid attack, just because something crucial, maybe a small but crucial part of the attack went wrong, and then it looked really stupid. But hogs have a lot of potential, and often, not always, but they do have a potential, and I think that we should really utilize it more, because like I said, I've seen it in many wars that we leave stars on the playing field that could have been hogged. Instead of using a hog attack to defeat a pro hog base, it might get hit 5 times with go wipe, and it might get that 3rd star eventually, or it might not. But I know that if it would have been attacked by a skilled hog player, it would have been fairly easy and fairly a short way to get that 3rd star. And when I say skilled hog attacker, I mean a player who has as much experience with hogs in war than our guys have in go wipe and go wee wee. I seriously mean it that when I say that, I think that any attack before a player can get really good at it needs to be used something like 100 times. You really need that routine and also the tactical theory to make it work, and you need so much practice for it. So it's not gonna work, in my opinion, that we just kind of like use go wipe, and then when we see a easy hog base, then just somebody hog it. That's it. Because we need people who practice constantly with hogs. That's my opinion of the matter. And I think that it doesn't make sense for our top Town Hall 9s, high-end Town Hall 9s, who have the most experience, to do it anyway, because they're really good at go up and go wee wee. I think that it would make more sense for our new players, well, like me, but others as well, who are maybe planning to make the transition to Town Hall 9 soon, or maybe are already a Town Hall 9. I think those are really the people who it would make the most sense to focus on hogs, and not many players, mind you. Just a few, or maybe 1 or 2 would be enough to give our clan the possibility of getting those extra stars in battles. And of course, it would be ideal if we had 2, two attacks that anybody could switch between when attacking, so that if we find the easy hog base, we use it, and if we use hogs, and if we don't find any, then we can just use go wipe. But the thing is that it takes a really long time to upgrade a go wipe army. For example, my Pekkas are level 1, golems are level 2, so I'm not going to get any 3 stars. That's for sure, because I have no experience in the attack, and neither do I have the army that would make it possible. So, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a tutorial, actually series of tutorials about hogs. Now, if there is anybody watching this video, is probably rolling his eyes and thinking, dude, you suck. What's the point of you making a hog tutorial? Well, you rude bastard. Yeah, you have a valid point. Okay. But actually, I suck in executing my attacks, but I do put a great deal of thought into them, and my attacks, even though when they go wrong, it could have worked if I just didn't screw it up. So I know when attacks go wrong, why they went wrong, and I know if it's possible to make them work via another way of doing them. So and hopefully in the tutorial series it won't be an issue of me being a good or bad attacker, because they will speak for themselves. The theory is so simple that it shouldn't be controversial enough to be, dependent on my experience and skill. I just want to show you this because I think I might have won this raid by accident. See that? that double heal was not planned. It was an accident. I did not mean to drop 2 heal spells, but my plan was to drop these hogs in 2 groups. Yes, but I was planning to delay the dropping of the other group, which I didn't. I don't know why. Probably I just panicked and forgot, because then they would have arrived here at different times and the bombs wouldn't detonate at the same time. I knew that the bombs would be here or here with 3 Teslas in a triangle, but they were here and I forgot. But if you watch carefully, the double heals them at such a huge rate that they're at full health almost instantly, and the second bomb going off doesn't kill them. So I might have just won this raid by accident. So but well, it's nice to have luck in your favor for a change. But anyway, back to topic. So about the hog tutorial. I'm going to break it down into different parts. Hog theory is quite simple. It's I can explain it here. It's like this. First, you need to take care of the clan castle, obviously. Then you need to take care of the queen. Maybe not as obvious, but should be pretty obvious. And then you need to hog the whole thing and clean up, and you can't hit double giant bombs. If you hit single giant bombs, you need to heal through them, and you need to do all of it really fast. That's crucial because hog attacks aren't the fastest attacks, so you need to do it quick. So I'm going to make a tutorial maybe on the lure, because there's a lot of different kinds of ways to lure, and people always don't use the most efficient way. They might waste some troops. I will make a video on getting the queen, definitely, because that's important and not always obvious either. Then I will probably make a video on just hogging, because if there are people with no experience in hogs, then it might be a good idea to go over the basics as well. So that's what I'm planning to do, and it'll take me quite a long time, maybe a few weeks even, to Oh man, this is so painful to watch how I screwed this attack up. Just look at this. I just lose everything. All of my wizards, and there's only these clan castle witches and wizard left to deal with the queen, and even that, even they can't really take care of her. But this base is thankfully low level enough that that I don't need my kill squad to complete it, although it was down to the maybe 1/4 of a second at the end of the raid to get that last building. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna do these tutorials, and I'm gonna maybe go on a stop upgrading my queen for a while and go on a hogging spree, just farming to get some footage on lures and dealing with the clan castle and maybe basic hogging as well, and of course steal some video material from raids done on my base, and if I get permission from other rabbits maybe in our clan, Batterets War, maybe use their replays as well, although it's not common to see any of us at Town Hall 9 with leveled up hogs using them. But anyway, so I hope that the tutorials would encourage some people to try them out. And one final crucial point, hogging is difficult. It might look easy even against some easy bases, but if you're an experienced player, and you might think that, yeah, of course I can hog that base, but if you are completely out of shape, your pigs haven't had any exercise in like 2 months, then you're not going to perform as well as you would if you had some recent practice. I'm sure of it. So if you do try them and they don't perform to your expectations, then please, I make this plea to all of you, don't just disregard the hogs as, just crap. Because they're not. They're just so delicate creatures, the pigs, that they need to be treated with silk gloves and fed just single malt whiskey and I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching, Tapio. and if somebody else by accident has watched this video, thanks to you as well. And leave any comments if you have anything to discuss here or in clan chat or wherever. But I shall be back on the topic. I shall never give up hogs, no matter how I am oppressed. Well, no, nobody's actually oppressing me at all, but I am kind of alone using hogs at the moment. Well, not completely alone, but there's not many of us. But hopefully we'll get at some point somebody who's actually good at using the hogs, because I make wonderful elaborate plans and then I suck and I screw them up. Just look at this raid, how it's amazing that I even got 3 stars because I just screwed everything up. That witch, oh man, she just dawdles along with like for a minute before I get the chance to deal with her, and then I screw up the clan castle kill completely. But happily, maybe this actually demonstrates that hogs aren't that useless even when everything doesn't go perfectly. Of course, this was an easy base. But anyway, thanks for watching.